Jeremy Newlick, editor of St. Louis Small Business Monthly, and I'm joined here today by Harry Moppins. Harry is the Airport Assistant Director of Community Programs for the Lambert St. Louis International Airport. He's got a really long title. He's really an important guy. Harry, it's so great to have you here today. And we're here at the St. Louis Business Expo. Harry, you've had a lot of different experiences when it comes to helping, especially minority and women-owned businesses, to gain contracts and to really be able to grow their businesses. In general, if you were a woman or minority-owned company, what are some of the tips that you'd have for them on how to get their name out there, how to find those contracts, and how to make good contacts with people?
Well, I would say the thing that you have to do is be well prepared when you're looking for a contract and have the ability to say, what are you going to bring to the picture? I think one of the failures that many women and minority and small businesses in general are not versed well in terms of discussing what they actually do. And people are looking today at what are you going to bring to the picture? Not what am I going to do for you, but what are you going to do for me?
So you have to be able to encapsulate it really well and understand what it is you do.
Yes.
And be able to articulate it in such a way that people understand what you're bringing to the table.
That's correct. And I think the clearer you can define what you do, the easier it is for the person to understand what it is you realistically do. What I've seen over the years, the companies who can be very clear and exact at whatever product or service that I have to offer, and to build that relationship, because it's all about relationships. Mm-hmm. And if you are going to do what you say you do and follow up, that's really key, because what happens many times to small businesses, they'll look for the contract, and somebody may even say, come back and talk to me in 3 months, 6 months, and they don't follow up.
And they'll just let it drop.
Just let it drop. Where many times companies may not have an opportunity right now, but whatever time period that they say, they're really looking for you to come back and talk to them. Mm-hmm. And if you do and you're persistent about it, it's not being obnoxious, it's about being persistent.
Well, sure.
And the thing that's also critical, as a small business, you have something that a large company doesn't have. You as an owner can be contacted directly. You need to let people understand that they have access to you. And so you're going to follow up with them if you get the opportunity to have a contract with the company.
So you're saying it's almost like on the part of the person who gives out the contract, or like if you're at Lambert St. Louis International, sometimes people don't understand that the business owner can be contacted directly, so you need to make that very clear that you can contact me directly, the business owner?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. You know, I mean, and all contracts may not be good for you, and you need to understand that too as a small business. You need to look and see if whatever the contract is that you're going for is something that's in the best interest for your business.
Right, because I mean, I've actually seen some companies where they've had to scale up or they've had to really change drastically the type of business they are just to meet the demands of a certain contract that they happen to win. Mm-hmm. And what you're saying is that may or may not actually fit into your longer term plan as a business. Yeah.
But on the other hand, if it's something that you can do or you're really interested in to grow your business, as a small company, you can turn and make changes faster than a large company can.
Sure.
So that's a plus as a small business owner.
You said it was all about relationships. How can we go out, how can someone who's a business owner go out and meet the people they need to meet when it comes to looking for contracts?
Well, I think what you have to do, and again, when I said realistically, see if that's something that you can do, talk to other people who are in the industry, maybe that you're looking to do a contract with. Who do they work with? And identify key people so you can start building those relationships, because you never know where your contract may come from. Sometimes it's word of mouth. Maybe people don't know that you exist as a company. But if you've talked to enough people and they know what you do, sometimes somebody can say, hey, did you know Bob Jones or Sally Sue has a company that, they may do what you're looking for. So that's what I'm saying. You got to market yourself. And that's part of what small businesses really need to do to really establish themselves. And sometimes it's about reading. You get the Small Business Monthly, see what's going on in the area.
Good plug, thank you.
Because there's enough that goes on. You look at the companies who are listed there.
Sure.
You may even be able to partner with somebody. And a lot of times small businesses don't think about that. Maybe I can joint venture with another company to get a contract that I've looked at. You know, I may not be able to do it on my own, but if I joint venture with somebody, then maybe we can go in together and be a lot stronger. So there are a lot of creative things you can do as a small business.
What other organizations are out there that help, especially the disadvantaged business enterprises? What organizations are set up that you would recommend people check out to do that sort of networking, to see if it's something that would fit into their business model?
Well, I would look at any of the entities that are established. I mean, the airport does that because we represent the DBE as well as MNWBE, and so we have workshops and seminars. You have MoDOT, you've got Metro, you got the St. Louis Minority Business Council, you've got NABO.
And
so I mean, there are just so many, and then not only that, maybe some of the specialty areas in that you're doing. You know, you may want to look at those organizations around and see what they're doing to help you network with other people. So there are a lot of organizations around, but you have to connect with them.
And it sounds like in general what you're saying is you just have to have this attitude of my eyes are open and I'm looking for new opportunities, and I'm going to be persistent in following up on those opportunities.
I mean, because you know, as you look at things today, people tend to state, well, there's nothing for me. Well, it may be, but you have to be persistent. I mean, you can't just go to one or two things. Look at what RFPs, RFQs are out there and determine if there's something that I can do. But like you said, in terms of networking with organizations, see who they may be connected with. You know, people look at us because we're doing work with the city or the airport. Well, there are other entities that are out there that have opportunities as well. So you also have to determine if you want to be in the public sector or the private sector.
Okay. So working with Boeing would be different, or a larger organization would be different than working with a public sector sort of.
Now, at the end of the day, you still have to be able to do the job.
Sure.
So, but I think you have to look at those opportunities in terms of private. You know, private can be national, it could be regional, and that's something you also have to look at as a small business. Am I only going to do work in the St. Louis metropolitan area, or can I do work outside of the area? Because I think if you have the opportunity to do even regional work, that expands your scope of opportunities.
Can you tell me what kinds of opportunities are available with Lambert St. Louis International right now? What are the kinds of contractors that you guys are looking for specifically?
Well, I'm going to say that varies according to whatever the projects are. Because, I mean, there may be some projects we have at the airport, or because we're also connected with the city, you know, there are other projects that can be with any of the other entities of the city. So those are large in scope, and I mean, I would probably lose some if I tried to name all of
I'm sure.
the opportunities. But generally, if you look in the paper, a lot of times we'll advertise, you know, what we're looking for in terms of women and minorities. Some of them in trade journals, they may be in specialty newspapers, but to see what the opportunities are, or just look online with the city of St. Louis.
I was just going to ask that actually. Can you give us a couple online addresses where people could go and see if there are opportunities there, or where they can learn more about Lambert International?
You can look at the Board of Public Service, for example, because they handle.
You say the Board of Public Service?
Through the city of St. Louis.
Okay.
St. Louis Development Corporation. I mean, they may have, again, a lot of times you'll see the larger projects, but then when you look at that, the only reason I say that, then they're general contractors. So if the project has been let, then you're going to have to contact the general contractor as a prime or subprime. So that's why I'm saying, you know, it may just list what the projects are, but then you have to go and look at it even in more depth to determine what opportunities are available with the city and the airport.
Well, Harry, thanks so much for joining us today.
Okay.
It's been really informative. Thanks so much.
All right.